Hello, everyone. I'm here. Oh, let me turn the volume down. I'm here with lovely Brandy, and we are going to do a fill. She's got beautiful nail beds, and we just zipped off her old color, and I'm going to start prepping her, and then we're going to do this really pretty mood polish. I just started carrying LeChat's mood polishes. They're perfect match collection, actually, because they are awesome. All right, let me make sure there we go. We were just chatting about Alaska. How long were you there?
9 days.
I feel like it was longer. Do you feel like it was longer?
I felt like it was 2 months. The longest trip ever.
I know, you were posting pictures. I'm like, it seems like she's been there a long time.
Yeah.
But it seems lovely.
It was lovely. It was cold.
Yeah.
Snowy.
Cold. You're cold.
And they had a COVID outbreak while I was there, so everyone was...
Oh.
And we're used to it here. They were not, so...
Right.
It was very dramatic.
Well, and I was, I looked it up because I'm like, how are the numbers really? Like, what's the difference on what it was when we went from phase 1 to phase 2? Have you figured that out? Do you know what it is?
No.
So back in, May, when we were all like chomping at the bit to get out of lockdown, our numbers to get from phase 1 to phase 2, we had to have less than 25 cases per 100,000 people in 7 days, I believe, or something like that. Basically, we have 4 times as many cases a day right now as we did back when we went from phase 1 to phase 2. So, not that I know anybody that's had it here.
I don't either, actually. Not here.
I mean, the people I hear about it from the most are, I have some nurses and stuff, so they will tell me about what's going down. But, yeah, I don't see it, so at least it's far enough away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Stacy, Sharon, Delia. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us. I like to video her nails because her nail beds are so pretty. And it brings me back to the days of competing when you seek out beautiful nail beds. I'm like, come travel with me. So I'm using my 2S bit. Now, she has really kind of stuck on cuticles, so I'm going to turn my speed up just a little bit to get them really underneath there, because they're also tiny. Like, she's just very dainty cuticles. And if you feel like you're getting it a little bit too, you're not getting it lifted enough, you can always switch to a little bit thinner bit, like 459, which is a skinny cone bit. I use it more for toes typically. But you could switch to that if you so desired. Poor thing is dried out because of all the coldness.
I wore advanced hand cream the entire time I was there. I'd put it on right before I'd wear my gloves the whole trip.
Yeah.
And still
a little dry spots.
super dry.
It's just one of those things, huh?
Yep.
Went and got our turkey. I had to do some strategic shopping because you get a free turkey. You spend $150 in groceries, but I certainly don't need $150 worth of Thanksgiving prep items necessarily because it's not that many of us I'm feeding. So it was like, okay, what canned foods can I add to the cart?
Mm-hmm.
Jared could probably use a little beer, His birthday's on Saturday when he's securely outside. I'll tell you what I got him. He's hanging the wreath. He's hanging lights, which is very exciting. So I got him a Packer hard hat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's going to love it.
That.
All right, now y'all watching, nobody spilled beans. He's Packer fan, and I'm trying to be supportive, even though
You're not.
I'm not. It was in our vows. I will be supportive when they're not playing the Seahawks. But, although this year, I feel like I can't remember. You don't watch football, right?
No, not this year. Not last year.
We've won some games. Like, yeah, our numbers are good, but our defense is so bad. I feel like if we did go to the Super Bowl, it would be a horrible, like, we would be slaughtered. So I'm like, I don't know that that's what we should be doing this year, because until we actually have a defense, it's just going to be really, really sad. So I love you, Seahawks, but you need to have a defense before you try to go to the big game, or it will just end in misery and embarrassment.
Well, they need this year to practice and get themselves together, too, because it's a fairly new team, right? I mean, there's a lot of new people.
Well, and Russell keeps getting, like, just demolished. So, anyway. So, his birthday's Saturday. That's what I got him. He needs one for working on the property. Like, when he went to go work on the... I need a new file. When he went to go work on the well, when the well company was out there, they were like, you can come, you need to have a hard hat. Well, he didn't have one. He's always done, like, inside houses, mostly. He hasn't had to go do any commercial jobs. And so we asked my mom, we borrowed my dad's, which was really cool. My dad was a building inspector in Vegas, and so he had this beautiful hard hat, and someone had airbrushed, like, an American flag on it, and an eagle on it, and the whole thing was just covered in beautiful artwork. And he still used it every day. So it's a little bit beat up, but it's still a nice memento. He's been gone for almost 20 years.
Yeah, that's cool.
I guess like 15. Oh. Let's see. Food store, I have to spend $400 for a free turkey. Holy cow, you need to have a Safeway or an Albertsons. 150 is much better. Do you have a favorite brand of nippers? Yes, these are my very favorite. They're Stalix, which you'll see on my website. I have them, and so much of them are sold out right now because I'm waiting for my shipment from Europe, which is supposed to be here, I'm praying, in the next week in time for the Black Friday sale, but we will find out. So it's being shipped out now, and I'm getting just a ton more different kinds. So there'll be even more variety than what I have online right now. But I have used Mihas and like some of the most expensive nippers and cheap nippers. And I love these. I love the spring on it. Is my favorite feature. These actually aren't even the most expensive Stalix nippers. There's a whole nother more like step up from those. For people that just like, I don't know, they want to try the most fancy. But I personally love the spring on these ones. They feel great in my hand. I don't, double action nippers, those are the ones where you have the two pieces that hook together. I don't know if it's how I hold it, but they constantly separate and then it drives me crazy. So then I go to single action, and those are okay, but you don't get you don't get a spring back on them like you do with the double action. So these are like a double action with the spring without the pain in the butt like thing coming apart all the time. Hey, Angela. Hey, everyone. Oh, Madison. Hello, Barbara. Wow, we got everyone in here today. Lots of friends from all over the place. All right. So I'm super excited that she came in and said that she would go mood, because then you all get to see her lovely nail beds again. And I get to do another mood polish, which I've been doing them all day. For the most part, I think I've done 3 different ones today. But, you know, it's good that when you have a good model. So.
It's fun.
I know. And she starts out with them pretty short, so she's not going to have a whole lot of an ombre when her hands are warm until her nails start to grow a little bit more, and then it'll give even more of an ombre as it grows out. So mood polish is almost more fun the longer your nails get, because it does more ombre, which is super cool. She's also been painting. Mm-hmm. Now, what did you paint that's blue now?
I'm making our guest bedroom my husband's office.
Oh.
So the walls are like dark navy blue.
So when he gets to move back?
Yeah, when he gets to come home, he'll have a place to put all of his crap.
That's nice.
It's an effort to get rid of his crap around my house and contain it in one room.
Yes, that is always how it tends to be. Mine's such a garage guy, so all his stuff's in the garage.
Well, we have that too.
Yeah.
But he has those ugly, pictures that he's got, like his car pictures that he thinks are amazing, and they're not amazing.
Those are supposed to go in the garage.
I offered that. He didn't know. These are inside pictures.
Oh.
No.
I don't think so.
not.
Yeah, so Jared, let me tell you, I married him when he was 39. He was almost 40. Maybe he had just turned 40. So he had a long time living the bachelor lifestyle. So he has he has this picture that has like 4 women. And I don't know who it is that's on it. One of them's got to be like, I don't know, throw out some 80s. I think they're like 80s, 90s, like supermodels.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they're all like either in
Christy Brinkley.
Yeah, like those kind of perfectly shaped people. And they're all like, it's a big picture. It's like probably 3 feet by 2 feet. It's a good size picture. I'm like, one, where did you have this? And it's in a very old wood frame, but it's like a poster that's been, And I'm like, so are we getting rid of the naked girls? And he's like, they're not naked. I'm like, okay. But he looked it up and he's like, it's worth a lot now. I'm like, okay, great, sell it. I think it's just the time that, we got to get it online and get the picture of it and whatever. And I'm like, all right, you can do that.
That's a great idea.
I'm like, It's pretty funny, but he's not really into cars, so.
We have one that's his orange drag racing car with a smoky blue mat.
Oh.
Like the early 2000s. If we had mauve, it would go well with it. Like, that's
Nice.
gotta go.
All right. So everybody, I'm just blending down her old growth. She had a good month on these, the last set, so there's plenty of grow out. So I'm just blending it, making sure the nail's nice and thin. You don't want a lot of product because you're going to do your thin coat of Trinity, and you want to always keep everything really thin. Hello, Jessica and Sean. So I sent out your box today, and I sent you a little gift, Sean, and it might, it might be too young for you, but I think it's cool, so you might enjoy it. And I sent something for the kitties.
Jessica.
So I thought it might be entertaining. I thought they were funny. So, and one of them is I sent a hand-me-down from my Pearly. It's a cute little Christmas cape that fits on the cat. Aww. And I just think cats would just be so cute with the little Christmas cape on. But since we don't have kitties anymore, we were unloading Christmas stuff, and I saw it, and we thought, oh, we should send this to Jess. And there was actually this, it looks like a Santa hat, but it's like got, I don't know, something that makes a crinkly sound inside of it, but then it's like felt and soft on the outside, and the cats can crawl in it. Toy. Yeah, they crawl in it and make a whole bunch of noise. And I was gonna send that, but it kind of smells like a cat, and I'm like, they might not like it that it still smells like the cat who once thought it was fun. Yes, Odin will enjoy. I thought Odin would look hilarious in it. So, all right. So I've got out my Trinity, and I'm just going to, I kind of push down just to get gel in front of my brush. So a lot of people don't realize that when I'm applying this, you're looking at different parts of what you're applying when you do it. So I will show you with the next nail. Hold on one second. I'll show you what I mean. But I'm looking here at the line of light. You can see that it squiggles. That's the light reflection. And when it squiggles, that means you got some extra gel somewhere. And so I pull off the very end like that and get it nice and smooth and thin. 2-second cure, please. Okay. Hello from Puerto Rico. All right, so I'm going to take my Trinity, and I kind of just dab it like this because I want to get gel in front of my brush right here. Then I'm going to push around the cuticle, And I want to leave about a 1 week grow out. And then after I've done from side to side, then I'm going to make my brush flat and gloss over the top. So you want to treat Trinity like a gloss. And it is a gloss. So I've been using it lately on some foils and things like that because I've found that it really, if you're doing a foil nail and you file the end and then you apply Trinity, you get no problems with, some of you have had problems with like your clients kind of picking at their foil on the end and peeling them up, things like that. It really helps eliminate that problem. So use Trinity. It's super, super glossy. 2 seconds, please. Okay. Next. So again, I'm going to bounce. Just get that gel in front of my brush. Push it from one side to the other. I see a little bit of lint. I'll have to get that out. And then after I get it from one side to the other, I'm going to gloss down after I get this lovely piece of lint out. Fuzz. I live in a land of fuzz.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. There's one right there too. Little ones I can catch on my hand sometimes. So I want to make sure, you know, a lot of people finish files, so you probably aren't going to care so much about the fuzz because you're going to end up filing the nail. I do not finish file. Finish filing takes more time. Your clients don't want to spend the time in your chair. I mean, they like you and all, but they have things to do. Dinner to pick up. What are you picking up for dinner tonight? Are you cooking?
I'm not cooking. I pre-order all my meals and they come a week at a time.
Wow.
What's the joy of not having a husband at home.
What's that one called?
It's trifecta.
Oh, I've not heard that one.
They send like, I get 5 at a time, 5 or 7 depending on how many I pick. And I just get home at night and throw it in my little counter convection oven.
Mm-hmm. There we go. 2 seconds, please. 1, 2. So we had some excitement in our backyard today.
Oh?
A coyote.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. It was very pretty. I took some pictures. I can post them if people want to see them later. I'll post them on this thread. But I was doing my client, and Jared comes in and goes, "There's a coyote in the backyard." And my client jumps up, "Let's go see." So we went and saw it. It was out there for a while, I guess, and really pretty. Just kind of hanging out, and then went on its merry way. But I posted on our like community Facebook page and stuff like that. So if people have cats, they can bring them in, or small dogs, just so they know kind of there's one in the area.
I'm surprised though because you're so close to the freeway.
I know, right? And it's between us and the freeway. Like it's weird. It's like
it was lost.
It's a weird, yeah. It's really pretty though, really pretty coat. Someone in the community group on the Ring site was so funny. They were like, "Sweet, it looks really well and healthy. Maybe it's eating all the rats in the area." And I'm like, "Oh, I certainly hope there's not rats in the area."
Well, and let's hope that's what they're eating and not other
little people's
friendly animals,
right? I mean, I see it. We see raccoon back there quite often, so maybe they're going after the coons. We saw an owl there one day. Did you see that picture of the owl I posted that one time?
I don't know if I saw that.
Oh, it was beautiful. I've seen a big owl one other time, and we were at a castle in Europe that basically looked like a Cinderella castle. It was the most beautiful one we've ever seen. And they had this cool kind of bird show that we went to, and there was an owl, and so afterwards you could like go and check it out, and it like flew over our heads so close.
Wow. And
so afterwards we went up and we were talking to the guy, and he's like, "Here," and we were like, "Yeah, I think we're on our honeymoon for that trip." 2 seconds. So we were like, he was super nice, and he's like, "Oh, I'll give you mementos." So he happened to have one of the feathers from the owl and gave us. He's like, "They just lost this the other day," and we're like, "Sweet."
Aww.
So we saved it, and we figure someday we'll blow up that picture of us with the owl, because we did take a little selfie with the owl. But it was a big owl. And the one in our backyard that we saw back here looked like the same kind of owl, very, very similar, if not, and also massive.
Mm-hmm.
It's the size of a very large cat. But it's very fun. Okay, 2 seconds. We use Sunbasket. I haven't heard of Sunbasket, but I'm guessing it's another male one.
I think Sunbasket you actually have to
Cook
it yourself.
Yeah, like Blue Apron, right? That one you cook yourself too.
Or what's the other one? The green.
Yeah, someone told me about that one the other day because I was saying that I've been doing keto, but I'm debating if I'm gonna try to do all the work to make Thanksgiving dinner keto, or if I'm just gonna eat a bite or two of all the things that I like and deal. Because I've been good for a whole month, not even a single cheat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like, do I do all of the extras to do it? I don't know. Great horned owl. You know, I don't know, Stacy, if it was a great horned owl. I'll have to look on my, I don't know. I'll have to look at all my pictures. I'll think about it when I have time and see if I can put them both up and see if I can do a side-by-side of both of the owls, because they're big, though. They're really pretty. So this one is a bit thin on the edge, so I'm just adding a little bit extra here to make sure she's got some strength right there. And then check it from the side to make sure it's not too much and that she's got a nice shape. And look at it from the barrel. Okay, 2 seconds.
There's a fuzz on the end of my thumbnail.
Okay, I will get it. Did you hear that there was an owl stuck in the Rockefeller tree?
No.
Yeah. So they put it up, and they thought it was maybe a baby owl because it was so small, but it's actually just like the smallest kind of owl. And they think it was trapped. And so when it all got tied together, it was like trapped inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they undid it all and found it, and it's in like a rescue thing now or whatever and doing fine. They named it Rockefeller.
Mm-hmm.
But the tree this year,
I think I saw
I mean,
it
looks like a tree that you would get in 2020. is what I figure, you know? Like, if you're going to have a crap looking tree, do it in 2020 because no one's going to see it.
It did look really pathetic.
It looks really pathetic.
I thought it was a joke, whatever I saw, because I was looking at something pretty
Yeah, it's a Charlie Brown tree for sure. Can you show us the shape from the side and the barrel before you polish? Absolutely. So from the side, we're going to tilt you this way. Here is her shape from the side. So it's just a very thin application over her natural nail. Very thin. And then the barrel, we're going to do this. Thank you very much. And you can see that it's barely thicker than her natural nail. I mean, her natural nail and then a super thin coating over the top. So really good and thin. All right, and we are going to use this brand new Mood Polish. She picked a great color. I'm going to have such a hard time when I go to do my nails with all these like new colors.
All the choices.
I know. So this one is called Midnight Pearl. It's number 7. And look how pretty it is when it's cold. We'll see how warm she is.
That color a lot.
We both laughed and it went on your skin. Now, what I really am impressed with is how nicely these mood polishes apply. I've been wanting to get mood polish for a long time because I used to use it on myself back before I even went to nail school. I used to wear mood polish all the time because I did my own nails, but I certainly couldn't do much nail art, and mood polishes look like beautiful ombres. So I would get mood polish, and I want to say it was Orly at the time that had a mood polish line, but then it went away for a long time and then it came back. And so LeChat has, you know, the reputation, from my understanding, everyone that I've talked to says that this is the best. So I started going, okay, it's time to bring it in, carry it so that I can use it, because I know my clients are going to love it. And they do. I've been getting it out and using all kinds of fun ones. But, oh, I so love purple. One of the clients that I used today, she has picked one that's like purple and hot pink. And she was so warm. that before I would like even finish polishing her nail, it would change to hot pink. And it was like, oh my goodness. But then when she went and washed her hands, she did it in cold water so she could see them all purple. She thought it was so fun. She's like, this is so much fun. I'm like, yes, I know. It's awesome. The other thing I've been playing with is their polish. So I was talking about the metallics, I think, yesterday, because I did a video with one of my clients who did the metallics. We did Phoenix Rising, maybe it's called. Phoenix something or other. Beautiful, beautiful metallics color. And they come as a perfect match. And so I was wondering, and with that and Spectra, you know, like, do they do a great job stamping? Because stamping can be tricky if you don't have good polish. But it'd be great with these metallic and Spectra, which has like a rainbow holographic effect to it, to stamp well. And I can tell you, they do. So I tested it out. Next time I do it, I will video and show you guys. But I was really impressed. Because I was like, what am I going to use all this polish for? I don't do regular polish. But see, you guys can tell that it's not shrinking. It's not running into the cuticle. It maybe shrinks a tiny, tiny, tiny smidge at the very tip. But really, really nice coverage and a nice, it doesn't run into the cuticle and it's not shrinking all over the place. Like literally just the smallest tiny bit on the tip. That one's still fine. And that one's fine. So really, really pretty. This is a gorgeous purple. I do love purple too. They've done a really good job, but it's been fun. So I've been learning about the company. They're out of Northern California. And, you know, I'm big on chemistry and products that make their own stuff. Akzentz makes their own stuff. And some other companies that I really admire make their own products. They don't just repackage and order colors, and Lachat is one of those that does make their own, so I like that a lot. Need to warm up, my friend.
I know.
It's okay. After it goes in the light, a lot of times people are coming out and it's warm from being in the light and curing and drying, and I feel like in the wet form it's harder to warm up.
But the cold purple is beautiful.
It is beautiful. So
it's
there is
good
certainly
color.
no problem having this color be all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But then you'll just get the little surprise. You know, when you wake up in the morning and you're all warm, your nails will be totally the warm color. And then the rest of the day when you're freezing.
It'll be dark like my heart.
What?
That's something my husband would say.
Uh-huh.
That matches your mood for sure.
What's really fun, so I was talking to Gwen. Gwen has been using Lachat for a long time. She won the Nail Pro Cup last year. Good timing to do it before there was no competitions after that. But she was saying it's really trippy to do some of the colors that when you apply it, it's a color, but the color changes to a clear because it like, she says it's like the polish just disappears as you apply it, which I think is crazy and trippy. So I look forward to that. There's a blue, I think, that turns to clear, which I think will be really popular around wintry. Because then you could do some like snowflake, you know, stamping and stuff. They're starting to warm on the tips.
Mm-hmm. They're like a
Ooh, definitely. Look at the other color. Oh, you'll see it when I polish over it. You're warming. You're warming. It's happening. Lovely. So see the difference between those two? So much fun. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the quality that these have been. They smell. So for anyone that's been using Luxio and only Luxio, because I've been only using Luxio for so long, but you don't have mood polish in Luxio, and sometimes you just have to venture out. So I am getting used to having a smellier polish again because Luxio has zero smell, and this has got that little hint of nail polish smell going on, like most gel polishes do. So most of my nail friends probably are used to smelling this smell all the time. Me, on the other hand, not so much. Really, really pretty color. And I didn't really have to do a lot of shaking on the bottle. What is the name of this color? Stacy, this is Midnight Pearl. Midnight Pearl. And I like that the bottles have this little color change thing on them. That's really helpful. So when I put them on my rack, I can kind of put them by color scheme. And it'll make it easier when someone picks one that's purple. I can grab it from the purple section. So pretty. So I have more of all these coming, but I only have a couple of each right now. So if there's something that you specifically want, especially, you know, this one, because every time it's one that I do on a video, it tends to fly out the door pretty quickly. You might want to grab and go. But soon I should have another shipment in, and then I'll be able to keep my inventory up quite a bit more. But I wanted to try everything first before I did a massive amount of inventory. So I will have a Black Friday sale. These will be on sale, but like I said, if there's ones you specifically want, you might not want to wait because they will very possibly be sold out. I thought, for those of you who are big Akzentz fans, I thought we were going to have our new Rome collection in today, but our delivery people did not show up this morning like they said they would. They called yesterday. So we'll be there between 7:30 and 8. And I'm like, okay, great. And then 7:30, I'm waiting. Never shut up. So I finally called at like 10. I'm like, do I have a new time as to when these are going to come? And they're like, oh, yeah, they didn't fit on the truck today, so we'll try to do them tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. And then I hung up and then called back. I'm like, hey, can I get a time on tomorrow that maybe it's going to work? And they're like, well, maybe between 2 and 3. I'm like, can we try the morning since that's what I was promised today? Well, I don't think you were promised. I'm like, well, when you tell me that you're going to be at a certain time at my house with my stuff, that's a verbal contract. That's a promise in my world, so... I was a little bit annoyed. Like,
they schedule a time with you, like a delivery company, like a UPS?
It's, well, because it's like a pallet. Like, these are massive.
So you're getting a lot.
Okay. Yeah, you get a lot. And, I mean, you're paying a lot, too. So you would think if you're going to pay that much to get them delivered like that, then they're going to show up when they schedule the delivery time. But to not call, not let me know, nothing, just a little bit annoyed. So I was going to be doing a live with the new Rome collection, but... y'all can blame the shipping company. I will try to do it tomorrow. It's got a new, nice, like, hunter green for Christmas. Kind of like pearly, like this is, but dark green. And a white aurora. And another color, which I can't remember, because those two are the two that I was excited about. Oh, I think the other one's like a terracotta, which is interesting. But I have a client who... wears those options colors. She likes flexibility, so beautiful. I'm using Luxio Gloss. Go ahead and put that in all the way. And it's awesome. So can you use any top coat with the Mood Polish? I would think you can. Now there's Mood Polish and there's Mood Gel Polish. I'm using the Mood Gel Polish, so I'm using a gel top coat. If I was using the standard polish, which we also have, just the traditional polish, then I would probably use, if you're not, I mean, if you make sure it's dry, you can use a gel polish. Obviously, it's the whole same thing. You have to make sure that your regular polish is dry if you're going to try to top coat it with gel polish. But I have found that this gel polish is working fine with this. I talked to Gwen. She says that she's used it with a couple different top coats, and it's worked fine as well. So if you find that it doesn't work well with a certain top coat, let me know. Alrighty, last one. It's always tricky. I try not to let them touch their pinky, you know. I like how you can kind of see on this corner it's light and on the other corner it's dark. So pretty. You're going to have so much fun with these. You're going to see your daughter for Thanksgiving? Is she coming home?
My 19-year-old is home.
Oh, she's home.
Yeah.
Well, she can be jealous. Your little sister's coming. Well, that's
not
fun.
very little. She's 44.
Yeah.
She's my little sister. So it's just the three of us for Thanksgiving.
Is your food
Following
prep
the
company
rules.
sending it to you?
No, I don't know what we're going to do. We were going to go out to eat.
Yeah, can't do that. But you can order. One of my clients today said she ordered her Thanksgiving from Daniel's.
Yeah, Emery's is doing it.
I'm sure everyone is. Look how bright that is, you
That's
guys.
so good.
So pretty. And I'm going to wipe it with alcohol, and you can see the tips because my alcohol's cold. You can see the tips kind of start to go dark. How fun is that? These are going to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I love how reactive these are. A lot of the colors are very subtle. So if you have a client that wants kind of just like a light to dark ombre, for example, here's one. These three, you're almost not going to be able to tell they've changed. Hold on, I'll show you. This is the Mood Cafe, which is hilarious because it actually like smells. But see how this one's, you can see that one goes to light to dark, but these are almost hard to tell. So they're just a very subtle shade change. Cappuccino apparently has been super popular for Gwen, so we're talking about super popular colors. And so I think for those who like kind of that ombre look, these mood polishes are going to be just really, really fun because they can get a very subtle ombre without actually having to have like a full art appointment doing all the ombre work. So I always go around the sides, make sure everything is tidied up. You have to get this color, two of your favorites. Yeah, well, and the other one's hot pink. So Twilight Sky, which I did earlier. Let's see if I can show. Twilight Sky, here's a purple. See, this is almost a darker purple than what you had. And I think it goes like super hot pink. I have to show you, it's crazy. I'm holding it funny. My swatches. See?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it goes really, really bright pink. So that's the one I did on my client earlier today. But I really like the pearliness of this. I'm a fan a lot. Loving the pearliness. It's so pretty. So have fun shopping in the mood polish section. And again, you can get the mood polish and the lacquer do come separate. But when you get any of the metallic spectra or regular colors, this one's the metallic effects of Unicorn Tears. You get both. You get the lacquer and you get the gel polish. Mood's the only one it's separate. So I'm just coming around the edges.
Noticed you have a Christmas picture.
I know. I know. Well, I had to move the other one. It was time for a little change. And that one was Christmas in Paris.
It's so festive.
It is.
You're so festive in here. I can't take it.
I mean, I'm nothing like one of my friends out in Minnesota. He is like amazing at decorating for Christmas. So is Rosanna's husband. I have a couple people who's amazing. Nelly is like, his Christmas decorations blow mine way, way out of the water. They're so like high end,
Wow.
really fancy. And I was just all excited because there's a moose right now at Costco and it's so cute.
A moose at Costco?
It's a moose and a snowman.
Oh.
And it's really, really cute. So, all right. So then you want to give it a good oil. Oh, I'm almost out of this one. It's time to get some more. This is the cranberry, which smells like Christmas. It's so funny when it's like around the corner one, my next one. She always rings. It's funny. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us to see this lovely new fun mood polish. So there's so many colors, but this one is delightful. So you can see it's a little bit cold around the edge because her poor pinky is cold, but the rest are pretty warm.
It's funny,
So,
the edges are going dark first.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, it's all around the edge. I don't think it'll look like that usually. I think you'll usually have it all one color or it'll ombre kind of down to the tip, but we'll see how you enjoy it.
It.
Yeah, we're working it. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time. Bye.